Kristen. I'm a registered yoga teacher as well as the founder and CEO of Zen Lab. Meet me where you are right now without holding any judgment to yourself. Get up, move, stretch, and breathe with me. Build mental strength with meditations, improve overall health, lung capacity, and find focus and mental clarity with breath work. Meet me where you are, wherever you are, and enjoy the episode. Hey, welcome back. I have a really awesome series for you. For the next 3 episodes, I'm going to be walking you through some history and how to do breath awareness. So this is a pranayama series or conscious breathing series where we'll be focusing on the breath practice called breath awareness. The first part, I will talk about breath awareness. The second part, I will talk about the inhale. And the third part, I will talk about the exhale, all of which have lots of different things for you to focus on. Breath awareness is essentially the stepping stone to all the different types of breathing exercises that you might do in a yoga class or a meditation session. There are many different types of breathing exercises. Breath awareness is kind of the first step. So if you've never really practiced a breathing exercise, or you would like to kind of lay the foundation for your breath practice, this is a great place to start. So this first episode, I'll talk a little bit about the history, talk about why it's relevant, as well as teach you how to initially bring awareness into the breath. Breathing consciously is one of the most important parts of yoga. The breath nourishes and guides the physical practice. It's a source of energetic awakening throughout the body through the conscious breath. We open ourselves up to the physical practice, learning more about ourselves, and cultivating wholeness in the body, mind, and spirit. In a yoga class, students do tend to lose focus. You can have your mind wander. You can kind of go all over the place from good to bad. The attention drifting or leaping away from the here and now or the present moment during a practice is something that we all struggle with. As the breath fades to the background and we lose our awareness and attention on the breath, then we actually lose the subtle awareness of how the energy is flowing in the body. At that moment, when we lose focus, we're not able to refine our practice from a mind-body perspective. At that point in time, when we're not practicing awareness into the breath or being present in that moment, then we're really just practicing something that's mostly physical. Limited breathing skills limit the deep source of stability and ease found through full conscious breathing. It's essential for us to learn how to bring awareness into the breath so that we can get the most out of our practice. Pranayama in Sanskrit, most agree that it translates to breath control in English or control of the life force. Prana is the energy that flows throughout our body when we take a deep inhale. We fill ourselves with oxygen and prana, life force energy. Donna Holman reasons that pranayama was first developed by ancient yogis through close observation of the natural cycles of breath. Simply observing the breath, you notice the body's rhythmic movement with each cycle of breath. You tune in more closely and discover that slower breathing is more relaxing and faster breathing is more energizing. And from that really simple concept, you can come up with different types of breathing to either soothe or energize the body and the brain. The practice of using the breath as a tool for cultivating prana or life force energy is found as early as the ancient Vedas, particularly in the Rig Veda, from more than 4,000 years ago. The first detailed discussion is in the Prajna Upanishad. We then first find the emphasis on the breath in asana, or the physical practice of yoga, in the Yoga Sutras immediately following Patanjali's definition of asana, or physical yoga pose. Okay, so the Yoga Sutras tell us that mastering the physical yoga posture, or asana, precedes breath control. There are many yoga teachers that abide by this piece of advice, where, for example, BKS Iyengar 1985 says, attain steadiness and stillness in asanas before introducing breathing techniques. The reason behind this is because the asana practice is seen as developing the physical and mental basis for safely and fully experiencing pranayama, or letting prana flow through the body freely without any blockages. It is more of a modern concept to practice breath work without mastering the physical techniques of yoga first. But that's okay. It's just good to know about the history. And it's also good to know about all the different types of benefits that pranayama brings, such as enhance respiratory function, improve the circulatory system, improve digestion, give us energy or soothe us. Combined with the physical practice of yoga, pranayama allows us to move energy more easily and thoroughly through the body. Learning to breathe consciously and efficiently, we can relax more deeply, loosen the grip over unnecessary tension in the body and organs of perception. And with deeper relaxation and clearer awareness, we can find an easier path to concentration, equanimity, and serenity. Breathing happens naturally, involuntarily, and unconsciously. This natural breathing varies considerably depending on the person's physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual condition. So this is deeply personal based off of your current state of mind, body, your emotional state and mental state. One of the most beautiful parts of being able to practice breath awareness is that we can practice pranayama by starting with where we are right now, our own personal, individual experience. And anyone can practice breath awareness. You don't need to understand specific techniques in order to practice this type of pranayama. Dana Farhi says, learning to breathe well is not an additive process in which you learn specific techniques for improving the breath you already have. It is a process of deconstruction where you learn to identify things you are already doing that restrict the natural emergence of the breath. This observation process anticipates and develops insight into the possibilities of pranayama as well as a deeper somatic awareness. Now we'll get into the specific techniques of breath awareness and how to do it. And it's pretty simple. Richard Rosen says, we do nothing but observe the what is. Observing the what is conceptually quite simple, and there's no need to overcomplicate it, so we'll begin now. Move your way to a comfortable seated posture. You can also lie down on your back with your hands resting softly by your sides or gently on your belly. If you're seated, keep the soles of the feet flat on the ground. Your hands can rest in your lap or on your legs. Sit up really tall. Feel long in the spine. Close your eyes. We begin to emphasize perception of breath sensation with each inhale and exhale. For right now, focus on the inhale. What does it feel like? What do you feel initiates the inhalation? What first happens in your body? How does the sensation of the breath change as it flows in? Where do you feel the breath? What parts of your body are moving? And what is the succession of movement? Does the flow slow down, speed up, or seem to get stuck along the way? What does the breath sound like as it flows in? How fully do you inhale? What changes in sensation do you feel in your heart center, across your face, between your temples as the breath draws in? What fluctuations do you sense in your mind? In between each inhale and exhale, there is a moment where you're either filled with breath or empty of breath. When you're filled with breath, ask yourself, what do you feel at the crest of each inhale? What is the length of the natural pause? What sensations do you feel in your body? What fluctuations do you sense in your mind? And now we'll bring our attention to each exhale. Where do you feel the movement in your exhalation? Does the breath tend to rush out? How does the pace of the exhale change as the breath continues to flow? What changes do you feel in your body and overall awareness as the breath leaves? How completely do you exhale? What fluctuations do you sense in your mind? Now we'll bring our attention to when we are completely empty of breath. What do you feel when empty of breath? How long do you tend to hold the breath out? Do you feel any gripping or holding? What is the quality of your awareness when empty of breath? What fluctuations do you sense in your mind? We'll go back through each 4 parts of the breath one more time, a little bit more quickly. Bring your awareness into your inhale. What does it feel like? Bring your awareness into when you are filled with breath. Settle your attention there. Bring your attention back to your exhale. What's it like? And finally, bring your attention back to when you are empty of breath. What do you see there? Bring your awareness back into your body. Breathe fully. Softly open your eyes. You've now completed a brief breath awareness practice. You're welcome to come back to this practice at any moment. This is a great way to set a foundation for any future pranayama practices. Having a good understanding of where the body and mind go and how it reacts to the breath gives you a deeper understanding of yourself. It may help you to answer any questions of why, what, or how. With this baseline of breath awareness, we'll begin to develop and refine the breath more subtly while breathing in a variety of different ways. We'll begin to notice the feeling of the contraction and release of the respiratory muscles and the related movements in the body. In the second part of this series, we'll first focus on the inhale. Hope to see you in the next 2 episodes. Thanks for joining and take care. Meet Me Where You Are is a podcast powered by Zen Lab. You can join live online yoga classes with registered yoga teacher Kristen, aka myself. The theme music for this podcast is Where Are We Going by Kellim. Subscribe to this podcast for future breath practices, meditation, and yoga flows. Bye!